everybody, this is Oso Dope. I'm here for Broadway Junction and starting a series called Everyday Artists, and our first artist coming at you live from Brooklyn, it's Sue.
Hello.
What's up, Sue?
What's up?
Alright, so tell the people a little bit about yourself.
So my name is Sue. I go by the only Susie Q on Instagram. I am a tattoo artist, but apart from that, I'm also a full-on artist. I like to paint, do murals, yeah, just art in general.
Wavy. So you're a tattoo artist.
That's my main, yep.
Nice. How did you get into tattooing?
I've always been into, it kind of started with I got my first tattoo, and it kind of went from there. I've always been sketching, and I had a particular friend, who saw my sketchbook and was like, you need to be at a shop, and took me to a shop on Halsey and Nostrand, and that was pretty much where I first started.
Halsey and Nostrand?
Mm-hmm, Halsey and Nostrand.
Wavy.
Macon and Nostrand, sorry.
Macon
and Nostrand.
Word. Still Brooklyn.
Still Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Yep, that's where I started. And kind of went from there, got myself an apprenticeship, learned the ways, and the adventure still continues.
That's what's up. How do you see the role of an artist?
Me as an artist, the role that I would like to play in society is being an icon for change. That's where I would like to go with my art. Like, I come from a background where tattooing is extremely taboo. I grew up in the Middle East, and in my background as a Sri Lankan, not a lot of people in my race pursue art the way I do. It's regular to painting, it's regular to traditional works, whereas me, I'm here trying to push fine art through tattooing, which is a whole different level. An area that I'm trying to break into. So, end of the day, I would like to be an inspiration to people. I would like to be a change, a positive change in society.
How has your background and where you grew up, where you're from, influenced your tattooing today?
It's hard to answer that question because I want to say it has, but it also hasn't, because tattooing is a whole different skill, and it's a whole different area when it comes to the arts. In terms of where I grew up from and what I got from where I came from, is more, I guess, Middle Eastern art and Asian Sri Lankan art is very, very different. It's detailed, a lot of sacred geometry, which you could apply to tattooing, as you see nowadays. There's this whole new scene, there's this whole new style, sacred geometry, intricate details, so which I do try to bring into my work from time to time. So I guess that would, answer the question.
Yeah, definitely.
How does my creative juices flow?
Yeah, right. What is your creative process?
It's hard to say that because I feel like I'm always, I'm growing up as an artist and my moods always change. I feel like artists, we work better when we're in the best of the mood. Right. And what gets that flowing? I don't know, music. Like that. Yeah. Keep it going though. It's all good.
I think everybody's just
I don't care. That was so great though.
Yeah, that was perfect.
But honestly, it's actually my inner mind. I need to keep that in tune. Books, seeing other artists work, seeing artists that I like to do the similar kind of work, looking up their stuff always inspires me. So just really try to keep up to date with that, which I'm starting to work on more. I feel like there are times I do come into a block when it comes to my work, and that's just only because I'm not around the right people. So which I gotta change.
Or that's like writer's block to a writer.
Yep, designer's block, artist block. It's
Artist
serious.
block.
It's a serious issue.
Right.
Yeah.
I like that, your inner mind. I feel like that is important.
It's
like,
very important because like it really does affect your work. Because one time you could be in a good mood, one time you could be in a bad. Like it depends on what goes on in your personal life, but you know you need to really keep that at the door when it comes to your work. Because at the end of the day, like if you're not happy doing what you're doing, you need to stop and figure that out. That's the most important thing for me when it comes to tattooing. Like even though it may seem a little off 10 minutes before the tattoo, but when I actually start to work on the skin, I'm in the zone and nothing can break that.
Word. I relate to that definitely. It's like you're a sponge and like you just live life, you absorb and like through your art you like you rinse, you know.
It opens up something. It opens up like a platform for me because where I grew up from, the English, like for me, like I cannot. My language of communication to the world is what I want to portray through my work. Like I can't talk. I would love to talk. I would like to write. I would like to sing. I would like to do all these things, but I can't. So the only way I would like my voice to be heard is through my work.
Word. What would you say you can't do without?
What do you mean?
Anything.
That's such a vast question.
What can't you do without? Like
In life?
In life, in general, yeah.
My hands?
Yeah.
I think I need to, I don't know what I would do. It's a scary thought. But, I mean, that's just being so little, but I don't know.
No, that's your answer, word.
Yeah.
Your hands.
My hands are very important. And my eyes.
Definitely. So, tell me a little bit about your background. And you mentioned it a little briefly earlier, but...
Well, my parents are Sri Lankan. I was born in Dubai, United Arab Emirates. I moved to New York 8 years ago. And a little bit of how I grew up, it was very different, comparing to a city like New York, because Dubai back in the day, like 10 years ago, was not what it is right now. I grew up very simple, played in the dirt, ran around with a bike, played around in beaches, parks. It was really simple. It was a very simple life. But I've always been into art though, even growing up. Like my teachers would say that she would need to go to art school. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
What would you say is your dream project?
My dream project?
Yeah.
I think that's still building itself. Like, I would my goal in life was to, have my own shop and have my own brand when it comes to my work. But my dream project, I'm not too sure about that yet. I would like to have a platform, if anything. I would like to explore more what this world offers. And I would like to do that through tattooing. So let's just say my project is a work in progress.
It also seems like traveling.
I would like to bring that into it, I just came back from Europe, and that was my first time tattooing out of New York. I've always wanted, I see it, and I'm like, how do they do it? And I accomplished that. It was my birthday 2 weeks ago, and I was just like, all right, when I turn 26, I'm going to tattoo in Europe. And
Word up.
that started a whole, I would say, a whole different thought process.
Adds to the dream.
Huh?
It adds to the dream.
It adds to the dream.
Word up. What is the most memorable response that you've gotten from your work?
How I could change someone's life through a tattoo.
Whoa.
And that's another thing, it's I like the responses that I've gotten, and that's what's kept me going in this business for a while. Like, it's been 6 years and I haven't stopped, and I just want to keep growing. Is because every time I tattoo somebody, I'm affecting a life. Like, you know, this person has my work on their body, and they're going to take it, they're going to keep it on them till they die. It's a huge thing. Like, I need to like, you know, as artists, we always try to be like, oh, but it's not good enough, but like, what are we gonna do this? But I think there are times where we should step back and look at what we have produced, to appreciate it more, to fall in love with it again. And that's what I love. Like, if I can take my work, like I said, like, and have someone be affected by it. For example, like a simple cover up, you can transform someone from A to B, and they're this whole new person, and they are loving life again. And if I could do that, that's amazing.
I could see that, because there's people who have, like, if you want to cover up, that means that you don't want what you currently have, and probably it annoys you to see it on your body.
Yeah, it's just also a memory you want to forget. You know, for example, a cover up of a name, very simple as that, which I get a lot of, and that's someone that's been with them in the past that they want to move on with, and I would gladly be up for this.
Creating new memories, creating
a whole new life.
What superpower would you have, and why?
Oh God. All right. I would say teleportation. You know. Yeah.
Word.
I was definitely trying to say teleportation. Like, that would, you know, especially in a city like New York, like, you always try to get somewhere on time. You gotta prep before, but you can't when you're working on something, you know. But yeah, it'll be amazing to just like to have to travel, but then not even have time. Like, it's just like you're defeating time by teleporting.
Like, what is time when you can teleport?
Exactly. I'll be there in like 2 minutes. I got you.
Right. Word. Is there any particular art besides yours that you would identify with? You mentioned music earlier to get in the zone.
Music and film. Like, I really like to watch movies, and I like to listen to music.
Word.
I really like to go and enjoy seeing pieces from other artists, like, you know, going around galleries, museums and stuff. But mostly music and film. Like, I like visuals, like moving visuals to get my mind stimulated, I guess.
Word. I would say the same thing, like movies, music, books. I think it goes back to what you're saying about your inner mind. It's like, it conditions your brain in a way where it's like, you get inspired, or I guess seeing other people's perspectives. Like, when you see a movie, it's like, oh, this person sees this way. Oh, yeah. I can relate to that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. It's always, because, like, I feel like as artists, we always tend to, like, put ourselves in the shadow of thinking that, oh my God, we're going crazy. We're the only person that's going crazy, when it's not really true. Like, there are a lot of more people that are actually going through the same issues, the same problems, the same artist block. But we don't, like, if we don't know enough, we're always going to shell ourselves into this place, which is safe, which is good sometimes, but in reality, it's not. You need to break that bubble. You need to take risks. You need to come out of yourself. Like, you need to really see what the power that you have. You know, we all have an inner power. I think, end of the day, we're all super beings at this point to even survive in a city like this. So we need to really, like, go deep down and figure what that is.
Word. I like that.
Yeah.
Do you feel like tattoo training is something that should be taught in schools?
Absolutely not.
Why so?
I'm not trying to say because this is the traditional way and blah blah blah. It's just like tattooing. It's like, it's already, you know, nowadays tattoos, everyone does tattoos, which is cool. Like, you know, it's something that you want to do, go ahead and do it. And there are a lot of ways to go about it, but everywhere, whether it be hand poke tattoos, whether it be traditional machine tattoos or whatever. You have monks tattooing in mountains in Tibet, you know what I mean? Like, but everything comes from a very natural one-on-one source. It's kind of like when you bring it back to, it's like martial arts. You go to a school, but what's going to train you to be a professional? Like, you would rather go one-on-one with like Bruce Lee and learn something with him, be his apprentice and learn it from an actual master. It's just kind of like tattooing. Sure, go to a school and you're going to probably have a teacher teach a full class, but it's so much better if you go to a shop, find or follow an artist that you really like and just shadow him. Because at the end of the day, that's way more beneficial than going to a school. And that's the only thing. I'm not going to hate on it. It's, you know, it's whatever. It's someone else's hustle. You can't knock that. But it's just the wrong way of going about it. You're not going to, like, eventually, you're going to end up having to meet an artist one-on-one to be someone dope.
How can client contact you?
So you guys can find me on social media, Instagram, which is the only Susie Q, and which pretty much shows all my latest works. Or you guys could just email me at surangi@gmail.com. SURANGHEE@gmail.com.
Nice. Thank you, Sue.